England Patriots.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Complete to
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's up and good. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone for him.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Complete to Aaron.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
There's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that 1st drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the 1st drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that 1st drive. I'll try to do better here. The throw there finding its way to Ball. And now the ball's out. Falling in midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the 1st quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Reception here by Ruggs. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Hurts. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. seconds, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter to play. But first down, Hurts, flushed out right. He'll run it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Hurts. The quick slant caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Brandon, we're not even out of the first quarter yet, and that's his 3rd receiving touchdown of the game. Tremendous job, and I think this might come under the heading of when someone has the hot hand, you've got to keep going back to him.
And on the defensive side, they better figure something out quickly.
Yeah, I think that no matter what, you've got to do something to slow him down. I don't care if it's double or triple coverage. Make someone else emerge, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
25-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Loose football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
On the play. Out of bounds.
Well, CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
This is fielded at the 27. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Got his connection, complete to Ruggs. He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
3-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Runs through the contact. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
On the pickup. Brings up
second down. Here's Jalen Hurts. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
By Josh.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting very hot in the last couple of games.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option.
And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL.
Greg Zuerlein lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Makes the score.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it.
This guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's something got to be casual.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. It is caught, and the record is his. It's a touchdown. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or can you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Touchdown.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Putnam. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Putnam firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw on second down. Putnam. That is caught at the 7-yard line. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Patriots 7.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. On first and 10, Putnam gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. Heavy set out there on third and 1.
Gain on the play. And it's third down.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
First down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Putnam. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And this punt sails over the sideline. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
At the 37-yard line.
Back to throw here. Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 15-yard line.
They run it with Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Nice little gain.
10 more yards. Tackle made at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell.
And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the silver and black continue to roll. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
To throw on second down. Putnam looking sideline, incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
To go.
Operating from the gun. Putnam. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Patriots.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Patriot first down.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Putnam. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23.
Complete to Nick Boyle.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Putnam. This is caught. It's Cooks. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed it.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Hooked in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted by the Patriots.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Nick Boyle. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
New England on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
It is taken in by Cooks for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Set to kick off.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
That's 10. That's their own 27-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the Patriots' 36-yard line.
Hurts.
Being chased. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know.
Loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
On 1st down,
Putnam. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Operating from the gun. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
The pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Throwing on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of
just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
to go.
From the gun, Putnam. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
He is good. Makes the score Raiders 63.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they got this one well in hand. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Is good.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
It's 24. Greg Zuerlein.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually...
And the Raiders have got him.
Quarterback is sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team